we made films with artist writer Rosa Liksom. And I'm wearing old lady wig there already, so I've been always an old lady. And then I had also artist space in Helsinki, and we did photo shoots, and I painted backdrops for those. And there is Mikko also in this corner looking at Vogue. Mikko there now. And Pietari is in many of these pictures, and Joona is in a couple. And more people who influenced me was Axel Sutinen. Here he is with Petri. Axel was sharing the art studio in Helsinki, and he had lots of these intergalactic new wave thoughts and stuff, so I learned from him those two. And Riku Kampo, one of those models. And in the 90s, one of those books that I read was influenced, and it was called Te Urantia. It was kind of telling about different galaxies and different aliens and all the universe systems, and it was written as if it was scientific, or I don't know, but anyway, so it opened my mind already in the 90s to think about all these, there is life out there and how things are or could be. And then with those New York club kids and these space themes and techno was coming, and I organized parties and I used these kind of images in the party flyers. I was then studying in University of Lapland in northern Finland, and so I got my art degree from there. And I also did multimedia CD-ROMs. That was the thing in the 90s. So. And brought drag to Lapland also. Some local models there. And one of those influential people was London DJ E.J. Doppel, who is here tonight also. And EJ was living in Finland at that time, and we with group of friends went to this like Carriers of Light, some kind of spiritual weekend retreat, and then in the group meditation we all saw that some light beings were coming into the space, and for me everything, all this was new and I didn't expect anything like that. And then some of those people who are more kind of used to these kind of things, they were telling me, oh, thanks for bringing extraterrestrial energy to this space. So that was interesting. And one of the books that E.J. Doppel gave me was this Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. So basically these kind of like self-help ideas also, that you can be afraid of something, but you can still do. And so it's self-help is part of these aliens and drag queens and queer witches too. And then I came to London, and an artist, Predrag Bajik, was influential of me, like getting to London faster. And he had this fabulous art agent called GBB, this blonde lady here, and someone said that she was influenced when they created Patchy character for Absolutely Fabulous television series. I mean, I could believe that. I met her and she is a little bit like that. And here I was model for Predrag. Model, he did many of these like very fine line drawings. And here he did a big, that kind of drawing on canvas with Darius. And later I will talk more about Predrag and Darius. So what those early London connections. And then we started learning with Mikko and Juha. Juha is in the middle. We were wearing these like Finnish styles and the Lulu party. And we got some press too, like when Sunday Times Style magazine told about Electro Clash, there were Mikko there and me in smaller picture with Boy Jones, and there were Yoko Ono there too. These were all taken at Knack 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 with my camera. And here with with one of my teenage idols, more press. And we even made a record, and thanks to Princess Julia and Luke Howard who wrote the music for us. A television show audience. And this was at the Face magazine. That time those London club people, they were like with 2 pages like this. This is the other group, and many of these, all of them were part of those clubs that we were. And then we even got into the ID magazine, wearing fabulous fashions, more press. And then with Kenny Campbell, we started a KCTV website. KCTV is from Kenny Campbell, Tatu, Vuolteenaho, and that for a while was active. It's still active. And it was about fashion, art, clubs, etc. Club pictures, and Pete Burns and Princess Julia. More press. And we organized a party called ET. So this alien extraterrestrial theme has been part of my dance always. More club pictures. And these were the one in the first video that we were able to see a little bit, that visage fade to grey. Princess Julia and Steve Strange. And here is Hey Delicious, excited about KCTV party flyer. And here is Sister Dimension and Billy Beyond, those influential spacey drag queens from New York. They were at Tasty Twins' birthday party at the Cock in London. And here, influential London drag royalty Tasty Tim and Dusty O. And Dusty O now has a very successful art career. And room service, and Jodie Hart. And happy alien housewife hosting at the Egg. And then back to Finland. I guess I needed some nature after lots of partying. And because I've been always doing these new age things or experimenting, one of the things I did was DNA upgrade. I don't know if it's real or not, but it was this YouTube meditation that says that if you do it on 3 weeks every day, like 20 minutes, your DNA will get upgraded. So I have had, very good luck after that, so I can tell that, it works. And in Helsinki I did Drag Attack. That was the art project that, like club and art. So all the DJs had to dress up in drag. It was a little bit political that way, that many times people who are not seen exactly if they are male or female, they might have difficulty in getting jobs, or they might not be treated very well by so-called basic people. But here you had to dress up to play. And this was like once a week, and about 60 DJs in Helsinki did this. And most of them were actually straight men, and they actually liked it, and they were kind of surprised how good they could look in drag. And here, some nice look again. And then press with these kind of low eye looks and darker eye look. More press in Finland. This was interesting. I did an interview with Buck Angel and Diana Ball. Buck Angel calls himself Trampa. Now, he was born female and even did modeling as a female, but wasn't happy at all in that way. So Buck has transitioned into this, and is now happy and very, very nice, and has good sense of humor, and it was fun. And Diana Ball is Finnish person who was born intersex, and she has been even a bodybuilder too, and hosting television shows and stuff. And here with local DJ Mr. R, who also comes to London sometimes to play. And here, no more parties and more looks. A good friend Tinto in the zebra look. And then to Madrid. This is a look, just a view I get only like 500 meters from home, so it's very nice to come up to this little hill and see this view, and most of the time it's sunny and warm. And some local freaks. This was in Valencia. And I DJ'd a lot at the after hours club called Fetish. And ate some paella in Valencia. And then I was dating Nano. We were 4 years together, and it was really nice. Everything was perfect, and I feel like I have had my Spanish housewife fantasy completed. But then he left me, and I turned into a witch. No, it's not that dramatic. But anyway, it was just like when he had actually. I was his first boyfriend, and we were both over 40, and he was bi, and then he went back to his woman, and he has a child too. But you know, I was really happy that I had this time with him, and we are still friends. And now his grown-up son gives water to our marijuana plants at his terrace, so it all works well. And here we were lots in the countryside. I still go there because he has this countryside home, and here I'm joking that there's a pyramid there, there's alien base underneath there. And one of the parties in Madrid, Minitel, and here I did 15-minute look, so I look more like a real lady if I don't do all this green stuff. Here with the Minitel promoter Juan Volker, and one of the people I met through Minitel, Eva Beninemi. And then when I was in Madrid, I also got the chance to go to Burning Man in Nevada and DJ there. And this was an old school bus that was converted into disco lamp, and you got inside the disco sheep from his anus. It was a slide, and the DJ was on top of it. This could be or stay sad place. So all this Burning Man was very, very surreal and fantastic. And here was Aaron Vessels, who was the one who asked me to come and play there. And then also, while I was already living in Madrid, I got to go to MTV European Music Awards with the London Freaks, and this was a promotional picture done. You might recognize most of this. See. And then we were at the red carpet too, and with Daniel Lismore. And then I did drag attack parties in Madrid, and me doing some makeup on some drag attack models, and here DJing more. This was in Valencia, and here with the local models, DJs. And then at Drag Attack, I did paintings, and some of them were shown at Swinton Gallery in Madrid, and here are the gallery people. I even made some plans to make kaftans and wallpapers, but these have not been produced, but who knows, maybe someday. And someone got inspired by my looks and made this made a painting. I like this. And here I am doing ordinary housewife works like ironing. And one of those, this could be seen as kind of queer witch thing that in Valencia they go out to the streets to attract people to their clubs, and it was Easter time, and I was alternative Virgin Mary. I know that the Spanish with their religion, they might think that this is too much, but we didn't get into trouble and it was fun. There was television program, like documentary about me on Finnish television. It was Housewife from Mars, Kotirouva Marsista. And Arctic Pride, so I went back to Rovaniemi in Lapland. And funny story, when I was in Rovaniemi, I was also the leader of the local sexual equality organization, and we arranged parties. And those parties were about 30 people who came. And some people who lived like 100 kilometers north, and in Lapland it's basically just forest, not very much. But some people came 100 kilometers from the north, but stayed in the car outside of the party place because they were too afraid someone might see them, that they might be gay. So they were interested, but they didn't dare to actually come to the party. And so when this Pride was there were already 500 people at the party. So things have moved in 20 or 30 years a lot. And here I was modeling for artist Andres Senra, who is in this picture. He did this artwork called We Are Here, We Are Queer. I guess that was it called. And there was like a video that was shown at the during World Pride in Madrid, in big screens in the center. And here I was with my alien witch style. And then I have been even DJing at gay weddings. This is Alvar and Dimitri. Alvar from Estonia and Dimitri from Russia. And some nice guests there. And I even got to go to Australia. Here is the poster they used there. Wayne G was there too. A Bears on Board in Helsinki is one of those good parties where I have been playing. And some London DJs you recognize have been there too. And here, I painted extra large eyes because there were lots of eye candy so I could see them all. This look, I imagine if there was some kind of new age preacher, this could be good look for the wife. And if getting very dramatic, the mascara could be coming down. Here in Madrid with one of my bosses there at the Sisidag, small bar, and it's fun there. And cups. Okay, then we go into psychedelics. And this was just some picture I got from the internet as a kind of sample of what you could possibly see when on psychedelics. And I have experimented as like party drugs in New York, but only like those little amounts that I could see like someone's faces changing colors and bubbling, and it was fun, but I didn't go into like really deep trips. And here was just like one of these quotes about drugs, and because like psychedelics has been used as medicine in many cultures, and now they have been studying again that it could be used to help depression or some other things. So if they are used in a right way, they could be good, but you know, if you just take a lot as a party drug, they could be too scary experience. So and often in the drugs they say that it's a gateway, like if you start smoking marijuana, next thing you are injecting heroin. Well, if your childhood has been good and you don't have any major problems, you don't have reason to get addicted or escape the reality. So that's. And this was what I took a picture at Madrid Museo of like Latin American Museo, and then they had a whole room about this ritual and shamanistic things. And here it says that that these rituals, they use theatrical elements like clothing and masks and like fancy music, and certain kind of drugs are used to have the climax and natural contact. So in some ways it's not that far from partying, techno partying, all that, but it's like the intention is that you do more like spiritual or help, not just crazy fun, but you know, sometimes crazy fun can be spiritual and good too. And in Spain, you can grow marijuana for your own use, and I even played at one cannabis club, and this was the cover for that mix. And also magic.